My name is Roberta Lucca. I'm an unconventional entrepreneur. My passion is to be bolder in everything I do. Do you dare to be different? One of the most common questions I get asked all the time is, how did I start my businesses? And so I reflected a little bit on that, and I can tell you a few things. Make a list of all the ideas that you have in your mind. When you do that, you realize that a lot of ideas might be a little bit crap. Sorry to say that. Select the 5 best ones you reckon a lot of people would enjoy. Get those 5 things, write in a document, and have a few columns. So first column is the name of your idea. Second column is, how do you think the market is really big? Do you think perhaps millions of people in the world would have the same issue that we have, or would enjoy the product that you would create? Score that from 1 to 5. Then the other column is, do you know a lot of people, or you know people who could help you to investigate that particular market? Do you know people who would be able to share some amazing insights with you about, what type of people have that problem? What is the size of that market in a particular country? Or if that's been done before many times, you never know, right? Sometimes we think we have a brilliant and creative idea, but people already have done that before and you just don't know. That's another column to score from 1 to 5. And another very important one that a lot of sometimes tech entrepreneurs don't think about because of the whole ecosystem is, would you really make money out of that? This is so important, right? It's like you want to create a business that, of course, is super innovative, that's going to change the world, but one that has the possibility of making money out of it, because you're creating something new, and so you need to sustain yourself, right? You're not going to have a job from 9 to 6, so you need to make money so that you can continue to do things that you love. Lastly, a very important column of this mapping out of an idea is, would you really love doing that night and day? Think about the process of making that happen. So when you create an app, right? So I create apps and products, tech products most of my life. The process of making that happen is not as glamorous as you see on the magazines, right? The billionaire, the Mark Zuckerberg, the guys who kind of made it big and they're getting millions, in their bank account, and they do IPOs, and they do all sorts of amazing things because they're famous and rich. It's like the road to that takes years and hard work and amazing people around you, and really a lot of failing and successes, consequently probably almost every day, right? So it's really, really hard work. You need to be prepared for that, and you need to have something that is really, really deep inside you as being passionate about the process. After mapping out all of those ideas and those columns and scoring that, you're gonna have a very clear winner, hopefully. The one that scored highest, you take that forward. If you're a creative person, chances are you're gonna be, overthinking about that forever. Don't do that. Pick one that has the highest score, trust the process, trust your mapping and your feeling about your assessment of those ideas. Pick that and move forward. Find people who would be able to help you with your journey. Research everything you can about the idea, about the possibilities, about how to make money, about how people react to that, potentially markets. Is your product for teenagers? Is your product for baby boomers? What kind of people would love to have your product or use your product or be entertained by your product? Most importantly, if you could find people who would help you with that, kind of real people, like meeting them in real life and get their, energy and their research and, their knowledge about that potential market and product that you're creating. This is so important. And find a partner, find someone who would complement your skills. So if you're hyper creative and very entrepreneurial, you need someone who's actually going to help you with the structure, with the, you would think they are the boring things, but actually that's not boring for the person who likes that, the systems, the structure, the attention to detail. You need to have like a really good combination of skills, but a very similar vision, a very similar, we're going towards that market, that particular audience,
or that idea that we both believe are going to change the world, right? Sometimes it's very difficult for you to actually understand what you're good at. I will put underneath some links for you to kind of do some tests. So they are like a mixture of personality tests and strengths tests and behavior tests. Things that I've done in my past along my career and along being an entrepreneur that really helped me to kind of understand my skill set, but also have huge self-awareness of the things that I'm best at. And that helps you to find the right partner and the right team in the future for you to be surrounded with to pursue your idea. Once you have all of this done, make a website. Write down what is the idea, what is your belief, what are the things that really moved you around the idea and your market and etc. And create a website about that. Feel free to share your passion because people perceive those emotions. So whoever goes to your website, they're gonna, hopefully understand what you want to. Once you have the website, share with as many people as possible and see how they react to that. Ask them feedback. Say, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? Would you like to sign up? So having a very simple kind of sign up page would be amazing because then you're gonna see like literally data. How many people did I talk about my idea? How many people went to the website and how many people signed up to know more about that? This is a really good indication of the amount of people, or if your messaging is right, but also the amount of people who would be willing to pay for a product in the future. Well, nowadays there are so many tools for you to create websites, from Squarespace to Wix to WordPress to LaunchRock. LaunchRock is actually a very good one. It's a very simple one-pager with a sign up, and you just put it out there, your story and your idea, and see how people react to that. So these are the 5 steps that I reckon that would get you started and get you in the momentum. If you like what you watch, there's more coming every week. Subscribe and let's be bolder together.